Welcome to Tuesday, the 30th day of July, 2024. Your day weather podcast being brought to you by Wyoming State Parks. Why wonder about the outdoors in Wyoming? Explore the statewide interactive outdoor recreation wonder map to find your next adventure. Really hot and really dry conditions coming our way in most areas here for multiple days in a row. As we said yesterday, not a lot going on. We're going to see a few thunderstorms in the desert southwest, out into the plains, up into the Pacific Northwest, northern tier of the Rockies. There's going to be a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity, but there's a lot of the west that will be mostly dry. Fire danger is very high. We had the Alexander fire start west of Loveland, Colorado yesterday. I tell you, the next 5 or 6 days we're in critical fire danger situation in many areas. Now, we're not expecting much lightning, so any fires that get started are likely going to be human-caused, so we've got to be really, really careful out there with low humidity and hot temperatures. That's going to be something that's going to stick with us through the work week, and although a little bit of moisture comes in this weekend for a little bit more in the way of shower and thunderstorm activity, we've got to really wait till next week. We're confident a deeper plume of subtropical moisture is going to come back, especially between Tuesday and Friday of next week. So next week, we're going to get back into the thunderstorms and there'll be rain producers. But until then, we've kind of got to get through here the next several days. Wanted to talk a little bit about the solar activity. A geomagnetic storm is in place. We did have a weak coronal mass ejection come in late yesterday. There were reports of very faint aurora in the northern tier of the U.S. overnight, very faint. But it looks like the main action, you can see Earth right here on this side right here. You can see the coronal mass ejections working together, multiple ones working together. So as we go through the day today and tonight is likely when we're going to see the peak geomagnetic storm. It's predicted to occur during the day today, but will continue into tomorrow. So if you didn't see the aurora last night, you've got a chance tonight. Some photos coming in. This is from late last week when we had that monsoonal moisture in place and those showers and thunderstorms, but not going to see much of that. High pressure centered over Texas. We have this low coming in the Pacific Northwest. It's a predominantly westerly flow right here. That's the wedge of dry air getting pushed in. We do have moisture coming up out of the Gulf, but it's going to get trapped down here because the head of it's getting cut off from this upper level flow. And then as you'll see in the water vapor image, there's a little bit of moisture available up here with that low coming into the Pacific Northwest. There's your subtropical moisture that's going to be trapped into Arizona, New Mexico, maybe getting into southern Colorado and areas to the east. But this wedge of orange and red right here are going to keep the very dry air in place in the central Rockies. The latest smoke plume map, you can see there's a little plume right here from that fire west of Loveland. The deeper wildfire smoke, though, arching around the high more to the north like this. And that'll be the case throughout the course of the day today. Fire dangers, red flag warnings are in place statewide across Wyoming. And that is really a regional situation where you see the pink and the gray areas there. You're going to be looking at high fire danger, very high fire danger. Speaking of which, photo in here from Justin from near the Upton area, near the Crook County border in northeastern Wyoming of a lightning-caused fire from lightning that struck this area Sunday night. This fire, as of the last report, under control, but you can see how things can start very, very quickly. And there's an aerial shot that got into a few slash piles, and that made the fire a little more exacerbated, but under control as of the latest report. Just a reminder that things are tinder dry in many areas. This is why very low water vapor, very low humidity in the area today. You can see the white and the green here is where the showers and thunderstorms are going to be. And that's where the action is really going to be for the next several days. The far north and northwest and out here in the plains and the southwestern United States, very dry in the middle areas. This is where our thunderstorm activity is going to be today. And you can see it really lines up very well with what we showed you on the water vapor. By the weekend, this is by late Saturday afternoon, notice there's less brown and there's more white. So The air starts to moisten up a little bit by the weekend, so there's going to be a little bit more in the way by the weekend of afternoon shower and thunderstorm activity. But we need this deeper moisture to head further east. And this is Saturday's thunderstorm activity. So it starts to get a little bit more north. We see this activity creeping further north along the mountains of Colorado, across Texas here, New Mexico, Arizona, spotty activity up north. But when the deeper moisture comes in, this is by Tuesday, where you start to see that blue especially. So we see the next plume. So this is Tuesday. Thunderstorm activity becomes a lot more widespread, and that's where there's going to be better chances of rain. This is by Wednesday, and this is by Thursday of next week. So we've got a 3, maybe 4-day period next week where rain chances in the west get a lot better. Until then, it's going to be slim pickings. Have yourself a good Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.